Many ingredients combine to make soccer the most popular game in the world. But although polished teamwork is a joy to watch, and individual skills might captivate millions, such displays are pointless unless they are a means to a definite end. In soccer, that end is always the same: the scoring of goals. For the last 25 years, I've seen a steady decline in goal scoring at all levels, as the style of the game has gradually changed throughout the world. This goal famine could be regarded as the major symptom of an ailing game. The antidote for this condition has been formulated from a detailed study of soccer, a study spanning more than 20 years and involving the analysis of hundreds of games at every significant level. The results are consistent and clearly indicate the way ahead. We feel the time has come to reassess the current style of the game and to move on to a fresh and positive approach to soccer. An approach we call the winning formula. Without doubt, the single most important player in a soccer team is the goalkeeper. If his performance is poor, he can lose a match on his own account. If his performance is good, he can improve the confidence of the rest of his team and help to make their performance more assured. Our analysis reveals that a high percentage of goals are scored from set plays and also from crosses. Therefore, the goalkeeper is very much an integral element in the essential strategies and tactics of the team. First, let us look at the techniques of goalkeeping. The starting position is of critical importance. Feet should be roughly shoulder width apart with the weight on the balls of the feet. This gives a balanced position and makes for quick movement. Hands should be outside the line of the body at waist height and with the palms open. The head should be tilted slightly forward to bring the weight of the body onto the balls of the feet. This is an alert position, prepared for quick movement. The head should be kept steady at all times to ensure a properly balanced position. Here the goalkeeper's hands are positioned to take this ball above head height. The hands are positioned to take the ball early to allow for a margin of error. The margin of error is the distance between the hands and the line of the body, or in this case, an extension of the line of the body, directly above the head. Allowing the margin of error also enables the goalkeeper to watch the ball into his hands. For a ball at head height, the goalkeeper positions his hands to allow a margin of error and also a distance to cushion or take the pace off the ball. This distance to cushion the ball is approximately 12 inches. Again, this position enables the goalkeeper to keep his eyes on the ball. There are two basic techniques for taking a ball at chest height. The hands should be positioned to take the ball early in front of the body to allow a margin of error and space to cushion. This distance is still about 12 inches in front of the body. The head is kept steady, and this position allows him to keep his eyes on the ball. Here, the hands are positioned to cup the ball, with the forearms around the front of the ball, cushioning and securing the ball to the chest. Head and shoulders come forward to help trap the ball into the chest. To position for a ball at waist height, the goalkeeper places his body in the line of flight of the ball. The palms of the hands face outwards, ready for scooping the ball, with the hands coming underneath and then over the ball to secure it at waist height. The scooping technique can also be used for taking balls that pitch approximately 2 yards in front of the goalkeeper. Here, the feet are sideways to the line of the ball, and to prevent the ball from passing between the legs, one knee bends inwards towards the other knee to form what is called the K leg position. In this perfect example of a stooping position, the whole body is behind the line of the ball. The feet are close together, so if the ball should penetrate through his hands, it will not go through his legs. Having scooped the ball into the body, the hands should secure the ball to the body. The legs should be placed in a sideways kneeling position in which the knee of one leg is in front of the heel of the other to make it impossible for the ball to go through the legs. Double saves are shots that are saved but not secured. A great number of goals are scored from rebounds off the goalkeeper. Goalkeepers must always be ready to act quickly to make the second or double save, either from shots or crosses. Ground shots just to the side of the body are extremely difficult to save and require the goalkeeper to make a quick collapsing movement to place the body behind the ball. Here the goalkeeper uses his bottom hand to stop the ball and his top hand to trap the ball. Another way of getting down quickly behind a low shot is to allow the body to buckle. For this buckling technique, one knee bends under the body to drop the body quickly to the side and behind the ball, with the hands behind the ball. The thrust should come from the leg nearest the ball, putting the body in a sideways on position when the ball is caught. Here the goalkeeper's body is in a completely sideways position. His hands are to the side and behind the ball, and as should always be the case, his eyes are watching the ball into the hands. The aim of this technique is to deflect the ball. The body weight should be thrust off one leg to get the body airborne. The goalkeeper makes a sideways movement before thrusting off from his right leg. Contact on the ball should be with flat open hands to make a firm deflection with the maximum surface. The save should end with a landing on the side of the body, not the stomach. A sideways on landing will result when the thrust is made off the leg nearest the ball, in this case the goalkeeper's right leg. If the thrust was made off the foot furthest from the ball, the body would twist in flight, the goalkeeper would lose sight of the ball, and he would land on his stomach. The technique of thrusting off to get the body airborne is always the same, whether the ball is at waist height, below waist height, or above waist height. The goalkeeper turns in mid-air, trapping the ball between his hands and the ground as he lands. Here the goalkeeper is airborne from a very powerful thrust off his right leg. The ball is deflected with the open hand technique to provide the maximum surface for contact. Deflections over the bar are sometimes made with the first hand, that is the hand nearest the ball. And sometimes deflections are made with the second hand, the hand furthest from the ball. In either case, the contact on the ball should be made with the open palm and sometimes with both hands. But in all cases, the palms must be open. To make a recovery save, the technique is to run backwards watching the ball and then to turn at the point when the body is underneath the ball and close enough to make contact. At this point, the goalkeeper should turn sideways and bring the hand nearest to the goal up within the line of his body to make contact with the ball. Contact on the ball must be made with an open hand technique. Getting into line means the goalkeeper positioning himself in line between the ball and the midpoint of his goal. He must also adopt a position off his goal line. How far off the goal line will depend on the position of the ball. But we will examine this in detail shortly. For the moment, let us look at balls at or near the edge of the penalty area. Here the ball is near the edge of the penalty area at an angle to the goal. The goalkeeper should position in line with the ball and the centre of his goal, and he should be about 3 yards off his goal line. When the ball is in this central position on the edge of the area, the goalkeeper is again in line with the ball and the centre of goal, slightly further out, in a safe position 4 to 6 yards off his goal line, depending on the height of the goalkeeper. When the ball is on the opposite side of the penalty area, at a similar angle and distance to the first position, the goalkeeper should again position in line between ball and centre goal and about 3 yards off his line. To get into these positions, the goalkeeper will need good, fast and technically correct footwork. The movement should be a sort of shuffle, keeping the feet as close as possible to the ground, with the studs brushing the turf. Care should be taken not to bring the feet close together, or worse still, to allow them to cross over. The feet should be kept approximately shoulder width apart, so as to be always balanced in readiness for the shot. Here is a good example of footwork, angles, distances, and a good blocking save. Knowing exactly where to position to effectively narrow the angle is of critical importance. The goalkeeper must adjust his position with confidence and accuracy in direct response to the position of the ball, wherever it may be. When the ball is inside his defending third, at this sort of an angle to the goal, the goalkeeper should be in line between the ball and the centre of the goal and between 4 and 6 yards off the goal line. In this central position, he should be in line between mid-goal and the ball, again 4 to 6 yards off his line. In the opposite position to the first, the same principles apply exactly. Between ball and centre goal, 4 to 6 yards off the goal line. The greater the distance of the ball position from the goal, the greater the importance for the goalkeeper to get his distance off the goal line right. The angle becomes less important, as the distance the ball must travel will allow the goalkeeper time to adjust his angle. In the same way, the nearer the position of the ball to the goal, in the penalty area for example, the more critical becomes the need to be at precisely the correct angle. When the ball is in the middle third of the field, the goalkeeper should position in line between the ball and the centre of the goal, but his distance off the goal line assumes an even greater importance. Here the ball is inside the centre circle. The goalkeeper, in line with ball and centre goal, should be between 6 and 12 yards off the goal line. The pitch markings will assist him in judging these distances. When the ball is at the far end of the field in the attacking third, the same principle still applies to the angle, so the goalkeeper should be in line between the ball and the centre of his goal, but the distance off his line is now between 12 and 22 yards, somewhere between the penalty spot and the edge of the D. When an attacker breaks clear of the defence, the goalkeeper is in a situation of 1 against 1. The goalkeeper should position himself at the correct angle, that is to say, between the ball and the centre of his goal. He should then advance down that line towards the ball. The time to advance is when the ball is outside the playing distance of the attacker. When the ball is within the playing distance of the attacker, or in other words, when he could shoot, the goalkeeper must halt his advance and be perfectly balanced in readiness for a shot. The goalkeeper might be allowed the time to reach a position near enough to the ball to block the shot. In this situation, he must attack the ball. The time to do this is when the attacking player has dropped his head to look at the ball and is lining up his kicking foot for the shot. When the attacker intends to dribble past the goalkeeper, he will attempt to change the angle of the ball. To counter this movement, the goalkeeper can employ the technique of spreading. As the attacker moves the ball to a different angle, the goalkeeper, provided he feels confident of taking possession of the ball, should do so by spreading himself across the line of the new angle. If he's in any doubt whether he should spread himself, the goalkeeper should stay on his feet and force the attacking player to make a further movement with the ball. We've already discussed the importance of correctly judging distance off the goal line in relation to the ball. On other occasions, the goalkeeper will need to advance outside the penalty area to defend space at the back of his defence, which may be vulnerable to through passes. In these circumstances, if the goalkeeper can be first to the ball, he should move at speed and kick the ball first time, playing it as high and as long as possible. This technique is known as fly kicking. Almost invariably, fly kicking is employed outside the penalty area, which means that the goalkeeper cannot use his hands. The majority of attacks are deflected to the flanks and enter the attacking third of the field in flank positions. Therefore, many attacking movements involve crossing the ball into central positions. Since the goalkeeper has the great advantage over all other players in being able to use his hands, the part he has to play in dealing with crosses is of paramount importance. For all crosses, it is most important that the goalkeeper positions to allow himself a wide field of vision. Here the goalkeeper has an open stance, allowing him to watch the cross from the right-hand attacking flank and also to see the movements of attacking players on the opposite flank. %80% of goals from crosses are scored from the prime target area. The ball is likely to be crossed from 6 major points. In each case, the goalkeeper must adopt the appropriate position in relation to the point where the ball will be crossed. Here the ball is in a wide position on the edge of the goalkeeper's defending third of the field. The position of the goalkeeper should be central, but 6 yards out from the goal line. This is a typical example where the distance out from goal is more important than the angle between the ball and the goal. This position places the goalkeeper in the prime target area and greatly increases his chances of dealing with any ball played there from the attacking player with the ball. The position of the attacker with the ball is wide on the flank, 10 or 15 yards out from the goal line. The goalkeeper again is in a central position and should be 2 to 3 yards out from the goal line. The ball is now about to be crossed from a yard or two from the corner. The goalkeeper retains his central position and should now be roughly 1 yard off his goal line. The attacking player with the ball is now within a yard or so of the goal line and about 4 or 5 yards outside the penalty area. The position of the goalkeeper should now be in the front half of his goal, halfway between the centre of the goal and the near post, which is the post nearest the kicker. His position is with his front foot on the goal line and his rear foot creating an open position for him to be able to see the movement of players in the back half of the penalty area. Here the ball is again within a yard or so of the goal line, but this time it is about 2 yards from the 6-yard area. This is the only time the goalkeeper should position level with his near post. In this situation, he should be level with his near post and 1 yard in field, enabling him to touch the post with an outstretched hand. When the ball is in this position near the corner of the penalty area, the goalkeeper must position just in the front half of his goal and just off the goal line. The attacker's position poses a double threat for the goalkeeper. He might cross the ball, or he could take a shot. The goalkeeper's position must provide for both of these eventualities. Therefore, he is near to his goal line rather than 3 yards off it, which is where he would be if the ball was 4 or 5 yards inside the penalty area. It is in making these fine judgments to correctly position themselves in relation to the ball that the best goalkeepers display a mastery of their art. Having positioned himself correctly in relation to the position of the ball, the goalkeeper must delay his next decision until the attacker strikes the ball. Here, the goalkeeper's starting position is wrong. For this corner kick, he should be in the centre of his goal. It will be difficult for him to judge the line of the ball, the trajectory of the ball, and its pace. He must decide whether to move to take the cross or to adjust his position to defend his goal. If the decision is to move to take the cross, 2 important considerations must be made. In the timing of the approach, the key factor is to delay the move as long as possible to allow more time to assess the trajectory of the ball and to decide the best route to it by coming to meet the ball at the near post or by moving away to take the ball at the far post. The goalkeeper should move fast, both to position in the line of the ball or across the line of the ball, and also to utilise the body momentum in leaping for the ball and to withstand any physical challenge. The line of approach should be the shortest possible line to take the ball at the highest possible point of its trajectory. If the goalkeeper comes late and fast, he should take off with 1 foot to gain more height. If the goalkeeper comes too early, he will find himself in a standing position, having to jump for the ball, probably off both feet, reducing the height of his jump. Having gained height, the next decision is whether to catch, punch, or deflect the ball. The technique to catch the ball is with the hands to the side and behind the ball. If he decides to punch the ball, the goalkeeper must decide whether to use 1 fist or 2. If he decides to use 2 fists, it is essential to punch through the bottom half of the ball to gain height and distance. The fists should not be positioned close together. The technique for punching with both hands is a short, sharp jab with firm wrists and the fists kept slightly apart. This will provide better control, as the fists will contact a wider area and also fit the contour of the ball. The decision may be to punch the ball with a single fist. The same principles apply. A short, sharp jabbing movement with a firm wrist through the bottom half of the ball for height, distance and width. And throughout, the eyes should be firmly fixed on the ball. If the decision is to deflect the ball, the correct technique is an open-handed contact on the ball to deflect it higher, longer and wider. Communicating, or the passing of essential information from the goalkeeper to outfield players, is of great importance. Effective communicating depends on 3 principles. Information must be clear, information must be precise and concise, and the communication of information must be calm. The area of support for the goalkeeper is the distance between himself and the rearmost defender. If this distance is too great, the ball can be played into that area and attackers will have the chance to exploit the space behind the defenders. If the area is too small, the disadvantage is that defending players will be forced to crowd in on the goalkeeper. The area of support, therefore, is most critical in the defending third of the field, and especially in relation to flank attacks. Here the ball is in a flank position on the edge of the defending third of the field. The outfield players are holding positions on the edge of the 18-yard line. The goalkeeper is positioned on the edge of the 6-yard line. The distance between the two represents the area of support. This time, the position of the ball is some 20 yards or so from the goal line and in a wide position. The outfield players are holding positions in line with the penalty spot. The goalkeeper is positioned 3 yards off the goal line. The distance between the two, the area of support, is now much narrower. The ball is now in a wide position, 8 or 10 yards from the goal line. The defending players hold a position on the 6-yard line and the goalkeeper is on his goal line. The area of support is now rather less than 6 yards. When kicking from hand, the goalkeeper should aim for these target areas. These are difficult areas for the opposition to mark, as they either pull the fullbacks in-field or stretch central defenders wider than they would wish. From these positions, it is also possible to deflect balls into space behind the defence, away from the central defenders. The best type of delivery, whether volley or half-volley, is one that is high enough to clear all of the players en route, but with a low trajectory to give speed in order to deny opposing defenders the time to recover. The goalkeeper should act quickly to get the ball downfield to forward players before the opposition has time to recover. In this way, he will be able to make a valuable contribution to the overall team strategy of direct play. Here is an excellent example of a half-volley kick. It is sometimes better to throw the ball than to kick, even though less distance will be covered. The advantages are greater speed and greater accuracy. In normal circumstances, these shaded areas are the best areas into which to throw the ball. The advantages of these areas are better angles in which to receive the ball, better vision from which to initiate forward play, and safe distances and angles to throw the ball. There are 3 particular types of throw. The overarm throw is best for the longer distances. The technique is an overarm bowling action, and it is important to release the ball at the top of the overarm swing. The javelin technique, as the name implies, is like the action of throwing a javelin. Again, the ball should be released when the arm is at the top of its arc. The third type of throw is the underarm technique. This is similar to a 10-pin bowling action. One, short goal kicks. Short goal kicks should be played wide. Very often they're played back to the goalkeeper. However, if the goal kick is intended for an outfield player to play forward, he will need the space to pass or to run with the ball. 2. Long goal kicks. The technique of long goal kicks is to strike the ball with the laces of the kicking foot. Contact on the ball should be made through the bottom half of the vertical line. The non-kicking foot should be alongside the ball and 6 to 9 inches to the side of the ball. The head should be steady but looking down at the ball. Goalkeepers facing a penalty kick have everything to gain and nothing to lose. They will certainly lose both composure and concentration if they indulge in protestations to the referee. It is important that the goalkeeper should not move before the shot is taken. There are two reasons. The law requires that the goalkeeper should not move until the kick is taken. Good shots, hit with pace and well placed, give the goalkeeper no chance. But with a poor shot, the goalkeeper has an excellent chance to save, provided he has not moved in anticipation of a well-placed shot. The best advice for a goalkeeper when facing a penalty kick is to stay upright as long as possible. Defenders should support the penalty kick. Following the kick, 4 defenders should converge on the 6-yard area, just in case there is a rebound. If they are first to the ball, they should play it to safety on the first touch. The goalkeeper plays a vital part in the strategy of direct play, upon which the winning formula depends for its success. A good positive performance from the goalkeeper can generate confidence and improve the performance of the team. It is no exaggeration to say that the goalkeeper is the single most important player in the team. The irony is that he's always been the most neglected player from both a training and a coaching point of view. Fortunately, a number of countries are now trying to rectify this omission by training specialist goalkeeping coaches. This will certainly be the trend in the future development of coaching, and the Football Association is firmly committed to playing its part in developing and encouraging that trend. This series of video programmes is the end product of an unprecedented research and detailed study of the techniques, tactics and strategies employed in many hundreds of games. The results confirm our belief. There is such a thing as a winning formula. We can only hope that these programmes will help in some way to increase the acceptance and application of the strategy of direct play, which can only improve the quality and enjoyment of this wonderful game.